Hi there everyone, it is currently Sunday the 22nd of July 2012 and here you are looking at our most recent tropical storm. This is Tropical Storm Vicente. It's currently moving off towards the west-northwest ever so slowly, but after it moved over the Philippines it did bring some deadly weather, actually upwards of 2 reports of confirmed deaths at this time, 6 people still missing, one of them being a 6-year-old boy, so a very sad situation still occurring out here. And as you can see, plenty of moisture continuing to pump on shore there across southern Luzon, even down there towards Visayas, where some rain totals over the past 24 hours have added up to about 200 to 250 millimeters. So plenty of rainfall to go around here. And if we pull up the water vapor imagery, you can see that moisture continuing to pump on shore. So Manila, even though the storm's well to your west, you're still going to be seeing some heavy showers, thunderstorm activity throughout the remainder of your day today. But let's look where the center of the storm is at this time. It's right about in here, just towards the south of Hong Kong. Current winds out of it, according to the Japan Meteorological Agency, upwards of about 40, gusting up to about 50 knots. So it is at the tropical storm status. Thus, it has been named its international name in the Philippines. Pagasa did name it a few days ago, calling it Ferdie, and then some people might refer to it as 09W, or the ninth storm from JTWC in the Western Pacific. But as you can see here on this enhanced infrared imagery, lots of cold cloud tops just towards the south of Hainan. That is where the heaviest rainfall is, and at this time that's where it seems to be some of the gustier winds. If we can pull up that ASCA imagery, you can see that winds around 30 to 35 knots, even near 40 knots, are here on the southern periphery, and off towards the north about 20 to 25 knots. So where that highest convection is here, just towards the south of that center of circulation, located right here, is where you have those very gusty winds pouring in across the South China Sea here. So any shipping going through the area definitely is going to be having a rough one here on your weekend and then going into the early part of next week. But let's take a look at the radar out of China, because you're starting to see where this banding's showing up too. Now it's just a full map of the China basin here with your radar imagery, and you can see this very high cloud tops convective banding pushing out here towards Hainan. That's where the heaviest rainfall is at this time, and expected to start to move into Hainan on your Sunday overnight hours into Monday morning. Hong Kong as well, you have been seeing some heavy precipitation as thunderstorms continue to blow up throughout your area here. If we take a look at the HKO's website here, they are under thunderstorm warning 1, and also if we scroll down you can see that tropical cyclone bulletins have been posted for standby signal number 1, which is in force here as Tropical Storm Vicente pushes out there about 330 kilometers towards the south-southeast of the metropolitan area there. So where is this going to be going next? The background flow really is indicating this west-northwesterly pattern, but kind of going off here and then into China. Granted that this storm system is very disorganized, but also if we look at the model consensus, you can see that there is actually a fair good agreement between most of the models here of a landfall just towards the north of Hainan here along southeastern China. A lot of the precipitation, though, I do believe is going to be striking this, as a lot of that is blown off towards the left side of the storm system due to a moderate amount of vertical wind shear. And if we look at the China Meteorological Agency's 3-day forecast here for the next several days, you can see that the rainfall starts to build in here towards the south. Also, I want to point out this large rain band over central and northern China. This is due to basically the Mayo Baroclinic zone. Plenty of rainfall continuing to occur here, 100 to 250 millimeters in some areas, especially around Chongqing out here in central China. You do not need any more rainfall, to say the least. Widespread flooding and devastating landslides have been continuing to occur, destroying houses out there. So definitely don't need that rainfall here. But let's look out to the 20 going into the 22nd, so the 21st into the 22nd here, and you can see, or excuse me, the 22nd into the 23rd. You can see that that rainfall really starts to push in across southeastern China out towards Hainan. That's how the tropical system continues to move onshore. Expect that to continue to pick up actually going into the early part of your week, though, into about Tuesday. Then on the Wednesday, even more rainfall is going to be very likely as that storm system continues to move onshore. And then also on this day, too, you can see that heavy rainfall in northeastern China as well, and extending out here still around Chongqing. Very heavy rainfall continuing to occur there. And then let's take a look at one of the agencies here. This is the Joint Typhoon Warning Center's outlook on this storm system. It's currently moving off towards the west-northwest once again. 45 gusting up to 55 knots is what they hold on it. Or a tropical storm Vicente making landfall there just north of Hainan, though. Also agreeing with the model outlooks on this storm system. But they have it almost making typhoon intensity of 60 gusting up to 75 knots. Typhoon intensity would be at 64 knots. Given the sea surface temperatures in this area, and it has blown up rather well, plenty of precipitation to go around, or plenty of energy, water vapor in the air around the system, I think that's very likely. Also out here towards the Gulf, you could be seeing some very warm sea surface temperatures in this area, and I remember last season we saw a few storms that blew up back into a typhoon intensity after moving across a 9 and just lingered here and then brought some heavy precipitation to Hanoi. So that's something else that you have to watch for that possible re-intensification as it does continue to steam over these exceptionally warm sea surface temperatures. So in the coming days here, we're definitely still going to be watching this system as it continues to track ever so slowly out there towards the west. Also continuing to watch out here towards the east of the Philippines, though we have some precipitation popping up here and around Guam as well. Some cells continuing to develop there. On the flip side, though, in Japan, cool air is spilling in from the north. A low pressure area right here, high pressure out in this region, is causing a really great cool down across much of western, or eastern and northern Japan. This has been a very welcomed relief, actually, as record-breaking heat hit much of the area last week. So definitely for all my fellow people out here in Japan, people to get out there on your Sunday and at least go out and enjoy yourself without experiencing the intense heat that you were seeing. But outside of that, though, tropics really starting to pick up here. I want to show you one more, the GFS model outlook, and you can see kind of what I'm talking about into the latter part of this week. And here, throughout the next 24 hours, you can see our tropical system pushing onshore there across southeastern China, moving ever so slowly, and that's also going to be causing some increased flooding due to the slow motion of the storm. You have that rainfall accumulation over several days, so southeastern China definitely wants to be bearing watch on this system. But let's look into the later part of next week. Got something blowing up there over Taiwan, and also some other areas continuing to try to fire up there just towards the east of the Philippines. So plenty of activity to go around here. If we compare this up with the NOGAT, we can see that into the latter part of the model run here by late next week going into early next week, or late this week and early next week. You have something developing up there towards the east of Taiwan as well. So definitely tropics just still need to be bared watching out here. We are getting into the prime climate time of the season, though. That's right about around August going into September, where you see the peak number of typhoons forming up. But that is all for right now, though, everybody. Thanks again for watching here at westernpacificweather.com. If you have any questions, comments, or suggestions, as always, you can please post them in the comment box below. Always do appreciate the feedback. And also, if you do like this video, please hit the like button. It always helps to try to share the video out to just more people so we can get more of this information out here. And on that note, we are not an official forecasting agency, though. Please tune in to Pagasa, the China Meteorological Agency, the Vietnam Agency, or Hong Kong Observatory for your latest information on this system. And also looking at all of your other WMO-approved agencies out here across the entire Western Pacific and Eastern Asian area. So thanks again for watching, and have a great day. Stay safe out there. Bye.